Hi friends! Welcome to episode 21 of Last Stitch Effort. My name is Pacasha and this is my knitting and spinning podcast about using up my yarn stash and now my fiber stash finally. After months and months I have finally spun, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Anyway, welcome or welcome back, and today I have not a lot but a lot, so let's get right into it. Let's start with what I'm wearing. This is my Langley pullover, which I finished last week, and I did wash it several more times and it's still stained from the yarn bleeding, but I love it and I'm gonna wear it anyway, and it's super cute. Just it looks like something peed on it. Anyway, let me stand up. I don't think that's really gonna help you see it very well, but so this is my Langley, and I made it kind of cropped so it fits like kind of nicely with dresses. And that's it. Yeah, okay. This is probably not the best way to show you, but whatever. Anyway, it has cute little rolled detail at the hem and the neck and the arm cuffs. And it feels nice. It's Lion brand Fisherman's wool in Oatmeal Heather and Berroco Millefiori. I can't say that word. I love languages. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like learning. I'm usually pretty good at it, or not horrible anyway, but this episode will test me. You'll see. Anyway, so yeah, that's all done, and this is the first day I've worn it because I did wash it yet again, well, multiple times, trying to get some of this to at least fade a little bit, where it bled. But that's just not going to happen, and no matter how many color catches, I did catch a lot of color. Like, there were some pretty, well, I don't want to say dark color catchers after the last few times I washed, because it was mainly just the yellow gold color bleeding, but it looked pretty gross. So it is still technically bleeding out color, so I'm gonna have to be careful when I wash it. But I don't know, maybe over time, if I'm careful, the bleeding won't set permanently in there. Usually it takes heat or an acid to do that, so I've been careful. But I did use a different wool soap. I used Eucalan this last time. The first time was Soak. I don't know if that makes any difference whatsoever, but it smells like jasmine versus fig now, and which are both lovely, lovely scents. And I'm almost out of fig. I need to stock up on that. But anyway, that's what I'm wearing. I'm also wearing hand knit socks and those Dijon Ashford DK Legwarmers that I made recently. The Legwarmers are fantastic. It is a little bit snowy here. We just got a little sprinkle, but it's a little cold, so kind of perfect for that. And I just watched my new knitting friend Alicia, who is Edmiston Creations. I'll link her below. She has a YouTube channel, but she lives locally to me, and we finally like got to meet. And anyway, her latest episode, which she uploaded yesterday, was workout, like knits that you can wear to work out, and she talked about leg warmers, and I'm going to be trying these out. Well, I have tried them on the treadmill, but today is going to be more of a running treadmill thing than a walking treadmill. So we'll make sure that these leg warmers stay up, and I'll give them a proper test. Anyway, so that's what I'm wearing. Let's, I guess, get into numbers. I haven't quite updated, and we'll talk about this when I talk about spinning. Not quite sure how I'm going to deal with the spinning thing, because that is adding to my stash, but it's taking from my fiber stash. But I kind of just want to add it just to keep things simple, like a normal yarn, because I'm not really like keeping track of my fiber usage. That's not completely out of control like yarn is, but I'm hoping that that will encourage me to also knit quickly with the yarn that I spin versus letting it just sit. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I didn't include my spinning because there is spinning. I didn't include that in the numbers, but I'll go ahead and give you my numbers anyway. Oh no. we have a dilemma. I leave the doors open because the ring light and the doors are not friendly. Anyway. Okay, so after all my finished things, and I also got rid of the extra, these leftovers because they just bled too much and I'm not going to deal with that anymore. It's even after, I think, 3 or 4 washes, it was still bleeding, so that's just not worth it to hold on to that. So I did get rid of that yarn. And I have finished objects, which I'll get to also. So right now, my stash is at 41,745 grams, which is the equivalent of 835 balls of 50 gram setups of yarn, like balls or whatever. And I have 266 listings in Ravelry. So that went, well, I would say it went down, but it really didn't, because things are all over the place with hand spinning and finishing things, but not using up every last bit. Yeah, whatever. There's still movement. I'm still forward progress, right? That's all that matters. Okay, let's get into finished objects. Yeah. Actually, let's do spinning first. So I haven't spun in a long time because I broke my ankle. And usually, it seems lately, or since before lockdown, I guess, I kind of put spinning in the, on the back burner and didn't do much. And then it kind of comes in clumps where I'll just spin for like 2 months and it's crazy. So let's see how long this lasts, if it will be consistent or if it will be just, I don't know. But I finished this fiber, which is a super thin, it's a fingering weight. I did not get very good yardage, but that's because I didn't split the fiber very evenly, and I have quite a bit of singles left over that I might chain ply. Right now this is a 3-ply, so I had 2 of the plies completely done and they just sat there for a year, and the 3rd ply, or the 3rd clump of fiber, I think I might have lost a chunk of that somewhere along the way, possibly to a cat. My cats don't usually get into my knitting or anything, and I don't know, but it wasn't quite an even spin. So while the plies are consistent, my yardage was way off. And so I have a lot of like single leftovers on 2 of the bobbins. So yeah, that stuff might get chain plied later. So this is 260 yards. Now I lost the tag. However, I'm making an educated guess that this is Southern Cross Fibres, Adrenaline Rush, Spelsau is the name of the sheep breed. Just because I've spun it before, so I had a bump in my stash before, several years ago, and I don't have it up in, whatever, I don't know what I used it for, who I gave it to or whatever, but that's just what, like, the dye, David of Southern Cross Fibre does, like, really saturated dyes without, like, white spaces, and most of my my fiber stash is Hello Yarn, who does use blank space in her colors, and Southern Cross Fibre, which doesn't. So I'm guessing that's what it is, and this is the closest colorway I could find in his club colors, but I haven't been a member of a fiber club in years, so anyway, I made this yarn. It's beautiful, and I'm super excited, and I hope I have enough to do a pair of socks, and I'm going to quickly put those on the needles so that I know if I need to spin the rest of the singles or if I can let them go, because Spelsau, I didn't look it up in my book, but Spelsau is a really interesting fiber, and I don't know if I can mix that single, what's left, with much else to make like a scrappy, skein. Has really interesting properties. It's super easy to spin, very enjoyable. It spun so thinly without any work from me. It was amazing. I really did enjoy spinning this fiber, but yeah, I want to say it's kind of similar to Shetland, but like airier and with a slightly shorter staple maybe. That's just a guess based on the ease of, or how it felt when I was spinning it. But anyway, it made a nice little little yarn. Pretty happy with that. So that should be enough for, you know, some kind of short socks for me. I have small feet, so yay! I finished a spin, guys. I finished a spin. And while we're on spinning, I might as well just talk about what's on the wheel next. So I have 2 bumps of this Show Me Your Garden by Hello Yarn. And that is, you just saw it's Polwarth and Tussah silk. I have 1 bump, which is 4 ounce, on the wheel right now. And obviously that's kind of not easy to show you. So I brought this one over. This one was one of my last fiber clubs that I got. And then I just kind of stopped spinning, so I canceled my clubs, but now I really want to get back into a club and spin some more. Yeah, so that's exciting. So I'm doing that. I'm going to do a 2-ply, and depending on the yardage and how it goes, I'm planning on doing the Andrea Mowry spin it to knit it, probably the Traveler Cal. I don't think I can get Traveler Shell yardage from this, but I did pull out a lot of fiber over the weekend just to see, you know, to kind of plan some projects out. And I'm not typically like a trendy, like knit along type person. I don't know what's happening, but to me that appealed to me because the Traveler patterns are very handspun friendly, and I was feeling the need to spin and knit with my handspun. So that's working out really well. And yeah, this is spinning really nicely. It's making a really nice single. It's kind of hard for me to keep it consistent, but it has been a very long time since I've spun. I had to replace some parts on my wheel before I got going, and I had to oil it up really well and clean it, and I don't know. It's been an ordeal, but it's nice. It's nice to get back into it, because actually I do enjoy spinning over knitting. Just don't tell the knitting that I said that. So anyway, spinning. And just because it's here, I'm going to show you. I pulled out, like, this is fiber that I got in New Zealand. I pulled out so much fiber, and so I have like a bag here, and then I have this entire huge bag that I pulled out. Oh, I'll spin this next. I'll spin all of this fiber next. I'm a little ambitious, and I might break my glass door if I do that, but ambitious or excited, whatever. Excited. I think it's exciting. Okay, so that's spinning. Yay! I'm so excited to add a segment to my podcast and to actually add some joy to my life. So let's do finished objects. I believe I talked about this last time, but I joined the Woolly Thistle, the color work accessories knit along. And once again, I'm not a knit along person, but I do like doing color work, and I had some time where I could pull out some Woolly Thistle yarn, and I wanted to make this pattern again, and the colors went well together, so it just kind of worked out really well. But hold on, let me have a drink. I'll just show you. This is the Shetland Solstice pattern by Gudrun Johnston, and I used Jamieson Smith colors that I got from various grab bags throughout the years from the Woolly Thistle. And I made it, I've made this before, and I think I used the same needle size, but it turned out a lot like looser, but I don't mind. I think that that's, get up there. I think that that's nice and slouchy and good with braids. So here, I'm going to sit there and hold this pose. Maybe I'll get a good thumbnail, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't have good luck with thumbnails, which is why they're always kind of goofy. But yeah, so I finished that. And let me tell you what colors I've used. Oh, I do have yarn attached to another project because I immediately went into the next, oops, I dropped the needle. I immediately went into the next project using these colors because it's my favorite thing to do is use up all the colors, like, or, you know, I don't know. It's kind of like knitting organically where I just go from one project to the next, and if I have leftovers, they kind of bleed into the next one, which is my favorite way to knit. However, that doesn't always work, but obviously. But it's working this time. So I used, let me get my glasses. Oh my gosh. I am organized, or I tried to be organized beforehand, but y'all know me. Okay, so the main color was this shade 134. And I have only a few little yards left. So I'm considering this done. I did use some in the next project, but I only, yeah, done with this. And then I have color 82 mix, which is kind of like a beautiful, almost a foresty, like green, but it has some blue in it, like a juniper. Shade 29 mix, which is like a tealy turquoise with some almost yellow in it. Oh, that light's changing rapidly. We're having some weird cloud things too, so that doesn't help. And shade 123 mix, which is a purple, but it does have green in it. That's what I love about these Shetland like fingering weight yarns, is the heathering makes the colors just blend so well together. And this is shade FC56 mix. And it has a lot of green and kind of blues in it too. So all the colors kind of worked really well together, I thought. And yeah, so those are the colors that I used for that. And you know, beforehand I did plan out that I would, you know, make other things with these colors. So after I finished this, I cast on for Gudrun Johnston's Hapkerchief, which I have made. I'll show you. I have made 2 of them before. These 2. And they're just cowls that just sit around your neck with a lovely little shell or feather and fan. I don't know what it's called. So I'm making one of these to kind of match those, or to match those colors. I'm using exclusively colors left over. And this is where I'm at. So we're going into works in progress. It's kind of hard to see, but these are the colors. And once again, I was supposed to do, so there's the darker purple and there's the lighter purple. I was supposed to do 2 rows of the darker purple and then do the lighter purple, and I just did 1. I think I've done that mistake before. I don't know. I just get distracted, I guess. I don't know. But I think it's going to be really pretty with these colors. And here's that color that I only had a little bit left. So I thought that would make a what's considered a poison color, although it's not particularly poisonous in this because it is still quite similar, but it is different enough that it kind of pops a little bit. So I think that'll look nice. And then the main, oh, it's easier to see with this, but the main color of this up at the top is going to be that lighter grainy, whatever, this color. So, and I will still have leftovers, and I have another project planned, but I don't want to talk about that one yet because I think it's either going to be really cool or it's going to be, well, you tried, you know? So I'll save that for the next time because I'm going to be finished with this probably in another day. It's going so fast. Like this was all just yesterday. All right. So the next work in progress, let's just do this one because I don't know. Are y'all as sick of hearing about it as I am of knitting it? This is Retrosaria Mondim. This is Musselburgh by Isolde Teague. I forgot to move my marker last time, so I just had to go back and guess, but this is about where I was last time, so I got quite a bit done. And I'm actually probably about 2 inches from starting the decreases. So this may be done by next week too, depending on what happens this weekend. So there's that. And then I have another project. You may remember I started a shawl, I think in January, and I kind of just got bored or just got distracted by other projects. And also I couldn't pronounce the name of the shawl. Hence the me struggling to pronounce any language other than English today. Maybe even English. But this is the Spelsau. See? I practiced. I really did. Spelsau. 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 By Hailey Aylander. I think that's how you say her name. I hope I'm not getting that one wrong. It is basically an asymmetrical triangle in garter stitch, and then you add lace at the bottom. And I am using, I haven't even showed you anything yet. I am using this yarn by Wool and Vine in Mooncussor, which is an alpaca, I think, silk and merino base. And this is how far I am. So when I put it down, I was fully committed to just frogging and restarting a project that held my interest a little bit more. But then I went to have coffee and met up with a new knitting friend, hence Alicia. And I thought this would be a good project to take because I don't want to work on that stupid hat. And so I went from here to here, and now I'm like gaining momentum on this, and I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit, even though it's at a boring phase. And when I get to the lace, then we'll see what happens. And I'll be like, oh, I can't concentrate, because it's always something, right? Yeah. Anyway, I probably would have slipped this side because it's kind of a sloppy garter edge, because I knit garter edges sloppy, not because, you know, anything wrong with the pattern, but it is just basic, you know, garter knitting. But whatever, I wasn't thinking about it, and sometimes you just do what the pattern says and not what you think is better, because maybe I don't need to modify everything. And it's fine. Like, it's fine. And it's going to block out nicely, and it'll be fine. So, yeah. Mooncussor. Not going to say the name of the shawl, but I hope I finish it soon so I don't butcher it every single time. Spelsau. 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 Low. Hi. Okay, so it's actually kind of cold, so this is nice today. What else? Yesterday, my daughter's high school band qualified for a state competition. So she has a lot of things going on with quiz bowl and band, and for a little small town in the middle of nowhere, that's pretty cool that these students have been doing so well. I don't know. The weather's great, but not really, because it's windy. It's crap lately. The snow's been nice though. And I don't know, like Survivor started last night, but I don't want to watch it because I don't like episodes anymore. I have to watch streaming everything all at once. I'm getting better at my treadmill workouts. I haven't missed one yet. And life is good. Yay. Oh, I might have mentioned, well, no, I did mention on my podcast, Mark watches, my husband, and took the very sweet hint and got me the second. Is this the second one? Is this the second one or the first? I don't know. He got me the second one of the alternate by Andrea Rangel. So that was a nice surprise. He's very kind and he's very supportive. What else? I don't think I really have anything else. Maybe I'll talk. I think I might have mentioned this, but oh, this could be a spoiler. If you're in the Madeline Tosh Decades Club, I don't know what I was thinking signing up for a club when I'm trying to use up my yarn. Moment of weakness, several moments of weakness, whatever. But I did. And so I have this yarn and I was like, oh, I'll just make some more Legwarmers. But now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want another Langley, right? This could be like really cool color work on like a brown one. Have I talked about this before? I don't know. It's just those things that float around in my head and I don't know how far they get close to my lips. Oh, maybe it's time to go. Okay. That's what I've got going on. Hope you guys have a great week. And I will talk to you soon, I hope. And that's all. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.